Hey, what's going on, guys? It's me, Steve, and we're back for more Programming in Basic, and I want to pick up where we left off in Chapter 21, which is a draw command. I'm not going to finish all of the chapter. I just want to do one of these DIY things here. So it's Do-It-Yourself Program 21-3 says use the draw command to draw your name. So let's look at this again, all right? This is the directions in which we draw. So we've got up, down, left, right. We've got E and F for the corners, and we got G and H for the corners here. So using this as my guideline here, I'm going to come up with a way to try to make this work. Let me see what my program looks like so far. I'm just going to try to do this in P mode 3. So right now I've got a blank P mode 3 screen, which is fine. So right now we're going to P mode 3. We're clearing this. We're going to PCLS. We're clearing the screen. So what I thought I would do is I would try to break out this into strings. I'm going to write out my name, Steve. So it's S-T-E-V, and there's an E twice. So there's 4 strings I need. What I'm thinking about doing is just making each of these strings start in the top left-hand corner or wherever we specify the coordinates, work from there, and then automatically go back to the top left-hand corner and then go over enough spaces to go to the next character, however many spaces we think that should be. And that's going to require a little bit of trial and error. So why don't we start right now just by going into line 30. We're going to say S strings for Steve equals. So we're gonna start in the top left-hand corner. I want everything to be an odd number so we can have middle lines and things like that. So let's just figure that we're gonna go over 9. So we're gonna say right 9. Okay, then we're gonna go blank left 9. We're gonna go right back down. We're gonna go down 3. We're gonna go right 9 again. We're gonna go down 3. We're going to go left 9. Okay, that takes me to, so I went to the right. I go to my left, I'm going down, I'm going right, I'm going down, I'm going left. I should now just be able to go blank up and do a blank up of roughly 6 and be right where we need to be. And since I went right 9, let's go blank right 15, which is going to basically put about 6 pixels in between us. Okay, so now for what I'll do for right now is I'm going to say 100 draw S strings. Let's see what this looks like. Okay, there's my S. I haven't specified an X and Y coordinate yet. I haven't specified a color yet. So it's defaulting to the center. It's defaulting to the foreground color, which is the highest color, which is orange. So there's my S. And I'm doing this real simple block letters right now. I'm not doing curved angles or anything else like that, trying to keep it simple. So that's the S string. So 40, we're going to say T string. So T string is going to be, okay, right 9, blank left 9, and then down 6. No, not 6. Okay, so half of 9. Okay, blank left 5, down 6. Okay, we're going to go blank up 6, and then blank blank right 5 plus 6 is 11. Let's see how that goes. So now in line 100, I'm going to say draw S strings, draw T string. And let's see how that goes. There's my S, there's my T. Very cool. I'm thinking that went too long there. I'm not sure what I did in my T strings. So we went right 9, we went left 5, down 6, up 6, right 9, left 5. 5 is the half of 9, right? So 1, 2, 3, yeah, 5 is the halfway point of 9. Down 6, blank up 6, blank right 11. It just looks like that's not completely centered. Not a lot we can do about that. So how are we going to do the V strings? So 50, we're going to say V strings equals, and so we're going to say down, down 3, and then my F F4 goes this way, E4 will go that way, and then up 3. That should take me right up. I don't know exactly what my distance is, but we'll just do at this point, we'll do blank right 6. That'll take me over 6 more spaces. All right, so let's edit 100. Let's add the draw E string. Why did that not work? Oh wait, I screwed up. Number one, I was trying to make a V in my mind, but it's supposed to be the letter E. Letter E is a hell of a lot easier to make. So anyways, let's just see if my V looks good. Okay, there's my V. So I think the V needs to be just a hair shorter. So let's fix that. Okay, so let's say edit 50. So we're going to go down, change that to a 2, and we'll change that to a 2. Okay, down 2. All right. Okay, there's my V, but now I need my E. Okay, so now what's my E string? E string should be pretty simple. So let's go to line 45. E string equals right 9, blank left 9, down 3, right 9, blank left 9, down 3, right 9, blank up 6, blank right 6 should get me out of there. So let's fix this line here. Let's go to 100. We're going to say draw, change that to an E string. E string, draw V string, draw E string. So this should, just out of curiosity, okay, there it is. I wrote my name, Steve. Now the way I've incorporated this draw command is that each one of these should set the invisible cursor back up to move over to start the next character. So I should be able to do these in just about any position in any order. So now that I've tested my theory, let's do this. Let's edit 30 and let's insert data. And let's delete D and change this to a space. All right, that's going to be a data statement. Okay, I'm going to read these in as data statements. Okay, let's list this out again, and you'll see where I'm going with this in just a minute. Okay, we're going to get rid of 100 completely. All right, so 40. Ah, sugar! I just deleted that line. Okay, so 40 is going to be data. It's still on the screen. Okay, right 9, blank left 5, down 6, blank up 6, blank right 11. Okay, 45, edit 45. Okay, insert data space, shift up arrow. I'm going to delete the E, delete the string, delete the equals. Extend that over. Let's list this out again. All right, so I've got a data, and then I need to edit 50. Insert data space, shift up arrow, delete V, delete string. Okay, let's list this out again. I've now got the data statement. Okay, so how do we do this now? Is it something like, okay, line 60 is going to say dim t strings, comma 4, for t equals 1, 2, 4, read t strings t next t. And that is going to basically read in these things as different things. Now, how do I test this? If I go to line 70, I can say for t, equals 1, 2, 4, and then I can say draw T strings T next T. This should, okay, yeah, and then I need to do, that did it, but then I forgot that I need another E. Okay, so, but we got the idea here. What the heck did I just do? Okay, so first thing I did is I practiced the draw statements. Now, the draw statement is basically a string value. I have now read these into strings. And what I could actually do later on, and I'll do it later, and I challenge anybody else watching this to try to do it themselves, is to actually come up with the entire alphabet. And you do 26 strings. There's 26 characters to the alphabet. Then you got to figure, well, then we want numbers and symbols and stuff too. But well, let's just start simple. But in this case here, I created 4 characters. Now, I did this in an array. We did the array chapter a long time ago where we could read, right? So you read in values. And it's kind of like, imagine a spreadsheet. You're reading things into a grid. So I have 4 different strings now. T strings 1, T string 2, T string 3, T strings 4. Those represents the letter S, T, E, and V. The reason why I read them in this way is that I can now run a random routine to print a random character on the screen in a random position and in a random color and all kinds of stuff like that. So I wanted to test out my logic. Let me test it out one more time. So, and then line 75 I could say print T strings STE3, and that would print the E, right? So let's just try that real quick. Oh, I didn't want to print it. I printed it. I'm an idiot. Okay, the computer did exactly what I asked it to do. Instead of print, I need it to draw. Draw T strings 3, right? And there's the extra E. Okay, so my logic is fairly sound. The only thing that's bothering me is that one side of the T looks just a little bit too long. Not a lot I can do about that right now. So here's my letters. So do-it-yourself program said make a program to draw your name. I just did that. How can we do this? Why don't I make things simple? And let me add one more data statement. Okay, now I'm going to do this in line 55. I'm going to say data. 1, that's S, T, E, V. V is 4. E is 3. All right, so what are the letters? The first letter was letter S. Second letter is T. Third letter is E. Fourth letter is V. Third letter is this again. But why am I doing this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because there's 5 letters in the name Steve. So line 56 for we have a T string. We have a T number. For T equals 1, 2, 5. Let's do this. Let's dim T5. We're going to dim it to save some. Okay, dim T5. For T equals 1, 2, 5, read T, T, next T. So I'm going to read in a table of 5 values. The first value is going to be 1, which is the letter S. Second value is going to be 2, which is the letter T. Third value is going to be 3, which is the letter E. Fourth value is going to be 4, which is the letter V. Fifth value is going to be the letter E again. So there are my 5 things. Why am I doing all that now? I want to fix this right now. So I'm going to get rid of line 75. I'm going to edit line 70. For T equals 1, 2, change that to a 5. And then instead of T here, I'm going to delete that. I'm going to insert. I'm going to say T, 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 T. Right? And so this should work. Sounds crazy. Syntax error in 30. Data. Why is that a syntax error? Why is that a syntax error? And why did it not present itself as a syntax error before? Syntax error in 30. Are you smoking something? And at 30. This is a data statement, and it's ending in quotes. Semicolon quote. Okay, clear 5,000. Let's clear some memory. Why am I getting this syntax error in here for? I don't know if I've screwed the pooch on the data statements. I did it in the wrong place. All right, so 56 renum. Okay, renum 56 comma 61 comma 1. Renum 61 comma 56 comma 1. Let me list this out again. I think I read in my numerical value before I could renum. Okay, so 61. What the heck happened to 60? Gosh dang it. Okay, I just need to get rid of 61 for a minute here. Okay, 60 reads in the T strings. Let's make sure that that works. Okay, no more syntax errors. I read things in the wrong manner. Okay, so the first lines of data are still true. And then these lines of data, which is four characters, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the graphical draw commands to draw out the 4 letters. And then I'm going to read those in first. Okay, now, crap. Now what I need to do here is I need to renum 70 comma 63 comma 1. All right. So now I'll go to 63. I'm going to say for T equals 1, 2, 5, read T, parentheses T, colon, next T. Now when I run this, there's my name. Okay, I went really fast. Maybe that's really confusing. Let me list the whole program, and I'll explain exactly everything I did, because I've already confused myself. I know what I wanted to do. I got confused. I got sideways, but we did it. Okay, so 10, you could set the P mode, clear the screen. All right, let's do this real quick too. So let's just, this 1 through 20. Let me renumber my whole program so it's, okay. So renum 10, comma 5, comma 10. That's going to renumber my whole program starting on line 10 and skipping 10 in each line here, right? So when I say list 10 through 30, okay, not much here, right? Set the P mode, clear the screen, turn on the screen. Okay, list 40 through 60. Okay, let's do list 40 through 100. List 40 through 100. What does line 40 do? Line 40 is the draw statement to draw the letter S. The letter T, I'm a little bit confused about because it seems like it's not centered. I went to the right 9 spaces. All right, so here's 9. Here's 9 fingers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is in the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5 is in the middle of 9. I've got 4 pixels on each side of that. Had to check that using the whole finger method here. It just looks odd. So we went 9 characters for the S. We went back 9. We went down 3, right 9, down 3, left 9. We went up 6. We went right 15. Okay, that's the letter S. For the letter T, we went right 9. We went blank left 5, which is roughly center. We went down 6. Blank up 6, right 11. That skipped over to the next top of the letter E. E was right 9, blank left 9, down 3, right 9, blank left 9, down 3, right 9, blank up 6 takes me to the top right hand corner, blank right 6 takes me 6 pixels over. There's the letter E, including a space, which takes me to the top left pixel of the next letter. Here's my letter V, down 2, F4, E4, up 2, BR6. That does it. Okay, so these are my 4 letters, but there's actually 5 letters in my name, so I wanted to do letter 1 is S, letter 2 is T, letter 3 is E, letter 4 is V, letter 5 is E again, which is the 3rd string in. So I then read these numbers into an array. So I have T1 is 1, T2 is 2, T3 is 3, T4 is 4, T5 is 3, which is the letter E again. So I read those in. And that's how I read those in. So now when I list 100 through a million, so once I read those in, now I'm drawing out all 5 letters. So I do a for t equals 1 to 5, and I've just proven that I've taken my name, I've read it into an array, I can now draw it out. So why did I do it this way? Because now I can have fun with this, and I can change the colors of the letters, for example. So what is the so in this P mode here, I have, okay, so we have 5, 6, 7, and 8 are my colors. 5 is buff, which is the background, so I have 6, 7, and 8. So I could basically say within this loop here, for example, in line 10, in line 110, which draws it out. Let's spread this out right now. So line 110 for t equals 1, 2, 5. Okay, so in line 20, I'm going to say color equals random 3 plus 5. That's going to give me 6, 7, and 8. 130 is going to say draw C plus CHR strings C. Okay, that's going to pick a random color. Line 140 is going to say draw T strings T T. Line 150 is going to say next T. And then line 160 is going to say go back to 110. What we're going to see here now, what does line 130 say? Okay, we need to fix this. Okay, so we're going to say CO string equals C plus CHR strings C draw CO string. What is your fricking problem? What's the draw command to draw frickin' colors? Isn't it C plus the color? I need to go back to the stinking book and take a look at this right now. What the heck was the way to frickin' draw in colors? Wasn't it C color? C color, right? CX lets you specify a line's color. So why are you giving me grief here, program? Why are you giving me grief in... okay, C equals random 3 plus 5. CO string equals C plus CHR string C. How about we do this? Edit 130. And maybe it needs a frickin' semicolon at the end of that. Insert plus quote semicolon. Shift up arrow extend. Okay. Okay, CO strings equals C for color plus CHR strings C. Okay, print C. Print CHR strings C. Isn't that how you turn a number into a thingamathingy? We have a random number. Having a brain freeze right now. Okay, C equals random C. CO strings equals C plus CHR string. Okay, print C. C is 3. Print CHR strings C. And it's giving me a space. Print CHR strings. If I say print CHR strings 6. Okay. What the heck is the command then? I am forgetting the stupid command here. I got to do a search on this thing right now. CHR strings. What does CHR strings do? Okay. CHR character string. Or is it string? Character string. That's what it is. It's STR string. Okay. Okay, let's try that. We haven't gotten to character strings yet, so print str string C. There we go. Okay, so we need to edit 130. It's not CHR strings. I'm coming from memory here. It's STR string. Okay. Now we got another freaking error. Edit 130. I need to put a plus sign in here. I missed that. Insert plus, shift up arrow, extend. Okay, let's run it. Okay. It's not exactly where I needed things to start. So we need to start in the beginning. How about we do this? Ooh, and we're going to pick a random coordinate too. Okay, I like this. All right, so what did I just do? Again, I'm confusing myself. So right now we're going to go through the 5 letters. We're going to pick a random color. We're going to then draw C to, we're going to use the C command to change the color to the string value of whatever the random value C turns out to. And then we're going to draw that. I'm going to draw that color statement. Then we're going to draw the text string, which is one of the letters of my name. And then we're going to finish the loop. The problem is that because my logic right now has everything going to the right, we are now off the side of the screen. So in the beginning of line 110, or let's go to 105, I'm going to say x equals RND 255, y equals RND, let's just say 180. I'm going to say draw, quote, BM plus str strings x plus comma plus str strings y plus quote semicolon quote. All right, let's see how this works. That is a random spot. Okay, so now in line 160, we're going to say go to 105. So every time we draw my name, we're starting in a random location on the screen. So this is once again involving the cool fact that you can just randomize things and use X and Y coordinates to print things on the screen. One of the things I used to do when I was a kid was anytime I walked into a computer in a store somewhere, I would just say 10, print, Steve is cool, or Steve was here, 20, go to 10, and just kind of like photobomb Easter egg the machine and have my name scrolling forever and for somebody else to see, and they had to walk up and break out of it and stop it. So now I've kind of done that again. Graphically, I'm photobombing my name all over the screen. So it took me a while to figure out what the heck I was doing, but this program is writing my name all over the place. I could have it clear the screen each time. For example, I could say 155, I could say CLS. So every time it prints my name. Why is that not working? So 155 next T, one CLS. I'm wondering why it's, oh, because CLS is clearing the text screen. Let's say PCLS, right? So now when I draw my name, now I'm drawing my name randomly. That's an option, right? I could do without that and just have it continue to flood my name all over the place. So if I just get rid of 155 and I run it again, now my name is just randomly showing up. And so what I've done here is I've kind of applied a lot of the different concepts that we've learned from the beginning of the book until now. What the DIY experiment asked us to do was to draw our name using the draw command. And I did it, but I did it in a slightly more fancy way, but by taking a few more steps to take the draw statements and load them into string arrays and then assign them values, I can now basically have my name show up here. Now here's another thing I can do. How about we do this? How about instead of doing the for next loop, where let me just save this right now. I'm going to say this is draw S. Okay, so I've saved this draws. Now I've written a program to draw my name. Well, what else can we do up here? We've already got random colors. We could add random scales. We've got random coordinates. We could add random scales to this. I could also take this a step further and say, well, how about I don't want to draw out my name? How about I just randomly draw one of these 4 letters, and I just pick a random number and I draw a random letter with a random color and a random scale. That might be kind of cool too. So let's try that. And so now I'm going to kind of sort of, and by the way, for those of you who are maybe trying to say, what the heck is this guy doing? What has this program done so far? Let me pause it for you here real quick. Okay, How long is the program? The program is 160 lines. So let's list 10 through 80. Okay, 10 through, okay, list 10. Okay, how about just this? If you want it, pause right now, take a picture, do whatever you got to do. All right, first 3 lines. Sets a P mode, clears the screen, activates the screen. All right, let's list 40 through 100. Okay, so basically lines 40, 50, 60, and 70. These are the arrays. These are the string data to use the draw statement to draw my name. So this is the S. I'm going right 9. I'm going back blank left 9. I'm going down 3. I'm going right 9. I'm going down 3. I'm going left 9. That is the S. Then I went up the 6 pixels again, and I went right over 15 to skip over basically 6 pixels to the right of the S. So that's the draw statement. But rather than doing it as a draw command, I loaded it into a string variable that is an array. The nice thing about array variables is that you can randomly call them or you can sequentially call them. So this is now a text variable that's known as tstrings, T for text, and it's tstring 1. This is tstring 2, which is the letter T. I went right 9 pixels, I went blank left 5 pixels, I went down 6 pixels, I went blank up 6 pixels, I then went right 11. So, which again is 6 pixels to the right of the top of that T. Puts me in the top left-hand corner of the next text character. This one was the letter E, right? So I went right 9, blank left 9, down 3, right 9, blank left 9, go back, down 3, right 9, blank up 6 to the top, blank right 6, 6 pixels over. Okay, now here's the letter V. Went down 2, diagonal, diagonal, up 2, all the way at the top right, blank right 6 pixels over. So I've got 4 letters read into 4 different arrays. So it's tstrings 1 is S, tstrings 2 is T, tstrings 3 is E, tstrings 4 is V. And then I can reuse the E string again. So now the next thing I did is that because there's 5 letters in my name, I wanted to assign 5 numeric values that I could call on to make it easy for me to do a for next loop. So I can say, I can do like a for T equals 1 to 5 and print out all the letters of my name. So the first one read in the 4 strings. So I read in T string 1, 2, 3, and 4. The next one read in the 5 numbers. So I read T 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which are these numbers here. So this is setting up the mental picture and assigning values to the letters of my name and the order in which these letters are going to be displayed. So now when I list 110 through the end, this now is the loop that is printing out my name. So it's actually, it's 105. So how about we renum 110, 105, 10. So now when I list 110 through, okay. So 105, what I did here is I picked a random coordinate. I picked a random X and Y coordinates, and then I used the BM statement. BM does a blank move to wherever, and then I converted the numeric value into string values here. So I took the string value of X and a string value of Y, and that starts the cursor somewhere randomly on the screen. My text is going to take that starting point, draw itself, and move over to the top right of the next text, and so my text will always line itself up with itself perfectly. So so wherever we go, we are going to end up, and we're going to print across from left to right perfectly. So first thing I do is I pick a random starting point, then I read through all 5 letters of my name. I pick a random color. I then use the draw C command to change to that color. I then draw the letter of my name, and I finish that through the 5th letter, and then I go back and I pick a new coordinate and I start all over again. And so what does that look like? That looks like this. I'm drawing the word Steve. Each time the letter is being drawn in a random color, one of the foreground colors that doesn't interfere with the background color. And this will just keep happening forever. So that is the program I just wrote that I call draws, draw S, so draw Steve. Now, how can I make this a little bit cooler? How can I say, all right, so basically 110 through the rest of the world right now is the meat of putting letters on the screen. So right now, I'm going to keep line 110, which picks a random coordinate. I'm going to get rid of line 120. I'm going to keep line 130 and 140, which I'm gonna get rid of line 160. Let me list through this right now. So list 110 through. So we pick a random coordinate, we set the position to there. We pick a random color, we set that color. Let's do this. So now let's do line let's do line 145, and we're gonna say scale equals random 8, and then we're gonna say draw S plus, what was it, str strings SC plus quote semicolon whatever. And then line 146, I'm going to say T equals, line 146, I'm going to say T equals random 5. And so I've got 5 letters in my name. We're going to pick a random letter, a random color, a random position, and a random scale. And we're going to just be printing these letters on the screen. So now you can see an S, a T, an E, a V, or an E in a random scale and a random color on a random position of the screen. And so this is, again, similar to things that I would have done also in text, but now we're doing it in graphics. So this was kind of a fun exercise for me. So what I think I want to do is I now want to figure out some fancy fonts, and I want to read in these fonts and have these fonts graphically. And so now this is almost like really creating a library right now. So I'm gonna, in my spare time, I'm gonna create all the string data to draw up the uppercase letters of the alphabet, the numbers, and some symbols, right? So luckily there's not a ton of different characters on the CoCo. So I'm going to figure out a way to read those in. And then I'm going to write a little chunk of code that will read those in numerically, and then I'll make a routine that I can send a string off to the routine and have it draw it graphically for me. And then this routine will be a routine that we can use over and over and over again to put graphical text on our screens on a position that we choose. And so this is kind of like writing a library. So that's going to be my next challenge, but I'll probably finish the chapter first. I'm getting ahead of myself, but I kind of like this. Let me try one more thing too. Let's list 10 through 30. And then instead of screen 1, 1, what if we do screen 1, 0, and we do it with the green background. And sometimes this is a little bit more soothing, this kind of nice olive color here. And so if we were to do this, for example, just the alphabet, we could read in an array of 26 characters, do your A through Z's, and be able to print just letters on the screen. And then I could read that in as just 26 variables, and then I could generate a random number between 1 and 26 and put a random letter on the screen. And so this is, once again, adding to what we're learning. And so this will probably get added to the graphics demo as well, which I'm not going to do today either. But this is a very long-winded exercise on, shoot, what chapter was I even on? I think I was on chapter 21. So let's go back to what that DIY. Okay, we did the star. I don't remember if I saved the star. Can we draw an ice cube? I did that one. Okay, we did the color. We did the angle. So this is do-it-yourself program 21.3. Use print your name on the screen. So I think we did that. So now I want to save this one as something else. What do I want to save this one as? We'll save this one as R&D, okay, STEVE, R&D Steve. That'll probably work. Let's do a dir. Does that fit random Steve? So I did my draw S. There was my box. I don't remember if my cube was on there somewhere. If I load in draw S again, I think that was the one that drew Steve on the screen. Yep. So that was what the DIY program asked us to do, was to draw your name on the screen. And I did that, and I did it with a little bit more pizzazz, right? So hopefully this was fun. hopefully you enjoyed this. We've got more to go on chapter 21, but this was kind of one of the things that we got left off with. I remember I was doing chapter 21 right before I had to go to CoCo Fest. It was like the day before or whatever it was, and I had a lot to do. And I was getting a little flustered and befuddled with going through all of the commands. And I was like, I need a break. But this one stuck in my mind. I'm like, yeah, I want to do this program. And I have some ideas for this program. And here you have it. You're seeing my ideas on what to do with the draw command. And again, if I edit line, 30, and I do screen 1, 0, sometimes this is a little bit more pleasing to the eye. Now this looks like a Ken Kalish game already. You get a lot of games with the green backgrounds and these foreground colors. So yeah, P mode 3, gotta love it. Gotta love the olive green, the nuclear green background here. Gotta love seeing my name put up in graphics. Good times. Look at this one. This one came out all red all over the place. All right, guys, that's it. I'll be doing more videos, but I gotta go now. We'll see y'all next time. Peace out. Bye-bye.